How was your time out anyway?
Oh, it was really good. It was lovely. It was really nice. I've done the full gamut of emotions. I think I had real Sunday scaries when we got back last week, which I don't really ever have, and I was like, I don't want to go to work. Like they're so precious. I just want to be with them. And then
wow,
yeah, and then it's full 180 around to like between picking them up and like bedtime tonight, being like, well, this is the longest afternoon of my fucking life.
So I am fully clear. You spent an entire 8 hours in a car, however many hours on a boat.
No, not 8 hours in a car.
How long?
2 hours to Plymouth.
Okay.
6 hours on a boat.
Okay.
And like an hour and a half on the other side.
Yes, but you'd had to do that twice.
The first time we did it overnight on the boat. So 8 hours on the boat.
You're not making my story any better.
You're asleep.
You're just expanding the time, and then you spent a week in a small confined chalet doing activity after activity with your kids. And you came back from that with the ferry and the car and the planes, trains and automobiles and you felt like you wanted to spend more time with them.
I did.
You picked them up from school and took them home, and within 3 hours they were in bed, and you don't want to have children anymore. Explain this to me.
I think it's the like immediacy of being able to do things, and I don't know, it's not I'm not the provider of entertainment. I think it's having a pool. I think I need a pool.
Good news is your garden is big enough.
I think it's raining, so
you just need to get your husband out there digging a ditch, and you will have a pool by morning.
There you go, perfect. But I took one for the team in that when I did the big adult zip wire.
Yeah.
And they said, do this, and then before you hit the ground, you've got to start running. But before I hit the ground, I was facing entirely backwards.
You can run backwards, it's like a scientific thing.
I can't fucking run forward. So I had no idea when I was going to hit the ground, because I'm going completely backwards. So I just plowed into all the dirt and bark with my arms, completely going down. It's dragging me out.
Did anyone get that on film?
Well, I bet loads of people did, but no one in my film.
Okay, I'm going to put out a thing. Surely our listeners must be able to help me get that footage. Someone's put that on TikTok somewhere.
I mean, I thought my dad was going to pass out.
Because he laughing so hard. Love him so much. Love him so much.
Hello, and welcome back to this week's episode of They're Not Even Real Housewives, though. It's been a fortnight. We've been away. I've been away, and we're all back together, and we've got loads to catch up on. How have you got words on the street first? Go to Jenny.
So first of all, we're like the only people not at Bravocon.
Oh God, I was just seeing live Bravocon of the New Jersey husbands doing Magic Mike.
We need to work out a way to get there for next year.
Okay.
And if we set up a GoFundMe page, do you reckon our listeners would help? Anyway.
I'm sure there's a way we can make this a business trip.
Absolutely. So Shannon got 3 years probation.
Yeah, so does that mean she doesn't do anything?
No, yeah, so she has to
do things. She just can't get caught again.
She can't get caught. She probably has to do some kind of service to the community. And maybe part of her condition of her probation is she's not allowed to drink, she's not allowed to leave the state, she's not allowed to leave the country. There are conditions on probation, so and she'll have to be regularly checked by her probation officer and check in and stuff. So it might be like a Jen Shah situation where OC don't leave
California
or America for any trips.
It's like if you're on license for drink driving here.
No.
Okay.
They can't tell you can't leave the country here. They don't ask you for a passport. They don't ask you to check for shit. If you're on probation here.
I was I've never heard of this. This all seems very maybe if you're on the hook for something big.
But then you're reprimanded. You don't get bail.
Yeah, that's
or
true.
You go to jail. I don't think there's an in-between.
Yeah, we haven't got a kind of grey area.
No, there's no way to rehabilitate in this country. You either go to jail or you don't. There's no rehabilitation. Whereas I think a probation in certain instances is a rehabilitation. Do you know, like it gives people a
Yeah,
chance
yeah.
to like fix whatever problems they have. Not that
You still
Shannon
get people
will.
with those tags though.
Yeah, but that's a house arrest. That's very different.
Yeah.
You just can't leave your house. You can still do everything else.
No, you can. Well, you can. Some of them are just nighttime, aren't they? Like curfews.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I see mums at school with them. Is all I'm saying. I think I would cover that up.
You live in the ghetto. You move from one ghetto to another ghetto. To be fair, where you live is quite posh. I don't know how you ended up.
I attract it.
Yeah, it's in your genes, isn't it? It's in your. It's that northern blood.
Right? This is an assault. Right. Anyway, word on the streets.
And also, is it Girls Trip 4 or Girls Trip 5? Depending, it was originally 5, but then they moved it to 4, didn't they? So they were releasing Morocco before Legacy.
Yeah. Oh,
well, anyway, so apparently that's not happening now.
Because of all the legalness.
Yeah, the Brandy and Caroline Manzo situation.
And Caroline of it all. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Someone's got that somewhere. We're good. It's on the dark net. That's somewhere.
They'll release it in like 11 years when the statute of limitations is up or whatever it is.
Brandy's had so much done to her face, she's unrecognisable.
Yeah, pretty much.
Caroline's having to contend with the fact that Lauren and Vito are getting divorced.
Well, no one saw that coming.
They were going to be locked in.
I struggled with the fact that they got married 8 years ago.
Yeah, it was really upsetting.
Every time I see these kind of figures, I'm like, I have dedicated so much of my life to Bravo.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I would have been watching that when I was doing like night feeds with my first kid.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would have been watching, like Manzo'd with Children or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not right.
It's not right. I would like to see a picture of Vito now, but he looks bad.
No, I reckon he's been on the Ozempic.
Do you think? I started watching that.
Yeah, because she has.
I started watching that Wagatha Christie documentary. Wayne's not been on that.
Wayne Rooney has gained some weight.
That and I watched the Beckhams and I was like, wow, Ronaldo looks like he's eating Ronaldo.
Yeah, but
not that we would comment on someone's body size, because obviously that would be terrible.
Rosie's cunt meter has been activated. Like, wow.
I'm sure. I mean, obviously it's like a complete natural. The thing about the Beckham documentary is that so many people look brilliant in it, don't they?
Well, Beckham for one.
Beckham looks great. Cantona looks fucking amazing.
Figo is delicious.
Yeah, great. They have aged well, and then it's like, oh.
Yeah, but Ronaldo looked like that the moment he stepped off the pitch.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair, even the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
That's
it. That's all I have.
I have that Big Frank's got engaged.
Oh yeah, and people are saying it's because he's trying to stay relevant.
That's mean.
I know.
Why can't people believe in true romance anymore?
Well, because he's dumb and she's dumb. I mean, but that's what I think it works.
I think that's exactly why it works. I think they both know what they're in for.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm sure there's a million things. Oh, are Dorit and PK getting divorced? Is Mo with the Strictly Come Dancing star? Who can tell?
No. The Mo and Kyle of it all is fantastic to watch.
Oh, it's so painful.
I think it's brilliant.
I'm like, sort of watching it with one eye shut, slightly turned away, like, oh, I don't like it.
But it's given me, remember I text you and I said, it's given me Kyle is just fed up with him vibes. Like,
oh yeah,
she's finally taken a step back and realized that it doesn't matter how much money he makes or how many lavish handbags he buys or the vacations they have or whatever, letting her do her and going out and doing whatever.
Yeah.
He wasn't present, like he was never there. And then when he was there, he was annoying as fuck. Like he'd mess the house up. he would be high in front of her friends and act the fool. He wouldn't turn up to things. He wasn't always available.
I think there's so many strong parallels running through all the Housewives now of
where these women are taking a step back and going, these men ain't worth shit.
Yeah, there's all the people going, hold on, I'm not asking for you to help. This is your fucking life. Be part of it.
But
these are your fucking kids. This is your fucking house.
But do you think it's because they now have money? They now have power. They now have an access to a world that they wouldn't have had before. Because in Kyle and Whitney's case, specifically, they were housewives.
Yeah.
Kyle did really work every now and again, but she would mainly
but not enough to sustain her lifestyle.
She stayed at home and raised kids, and Whitney stayed at home and raised her kids. And she had like a passion project, which was the beauty line, but it wasn't anything huge. But now they're earning their own money. They're doing their own thing, and they're like, wait, I don't have to put up with you shit. You being present and you not being accounted for. Like, gifts aren't important to me now because I can buy my own Chanel.
Yeah. If you want to do this, let's do it. If not, what's the point?
Yeah. I'm loving it. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah, it's great telly.
I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
We got so much to talk about, haven't we? Because we got New York, we got Salt Lake, we got Miami, and we got Beverly Hills. Where do you want to start?
I'm done with New York.
Okay.
Like, I've moved, New York finished.
Okay, right. We've had closure for New York. Fair enough.
Well, because the second half was just Jessel telling
everyone about herself. We haven't spoken about the first half.
Have we not spoken about
We haven't spoken about any of it.
Oh.
So we should have some general opinions.
Jessel is a queen and an icon, and argue with yourself.
No, I agree. I admit I was wrong. Everyone's right. Jessel is the queen.
Oh, I think I just leaked some stuff out my bum. What?
She proved herself so well. She's funny. She can take a joke. But she's also not scared to like actually stand up for her convictions. I got so sick of Erin just saying sorry for everything.
But Erin for me as well went from saying that she's so chill, she's so laid back, she does all this, to in the reunion
so chill.
immediately saying I'm tightly wound and I'm highly strung.
Well, at least that is true.
In this instance, both things can't be true.
Yeah, no, you can't be chill and a neurotic mess.
And Sai did a 180 on me with her apologizing and being very kind of like, look, I was a bitch. I fucked up. I did this. I did that. Like, I quite like that.
But hers was very much like, I shouldn't have said what I said, though it is true. I was like, you're not really saying sorry. I shouldn't be involved in your marriage, but it is weird that your husband is going to Vietnam to cheat on you. Not really an apology.
Yeah. And then Uber and Bryn got into it.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic.
Okay. What's Uber bringing? Nothing happened there, listeners. That was just some thinking space where she came up with nothing.
Fuck off. She's bringing the jokes and the beauty.
She's not bringing jokes.
I thought she was okay. She's no Chanel Ayan, but are we giving her an unfair rap because we know that that's her cousin?
No, because I think Bryn is funny in a messy way. And I actually think at the reunion was the least good she looked. Uber.
I thought she looked fire at the reunion.
I thought her makeup looked sort of
too much highlighter. Like, she was too
like the wrong bits were reflecting in her face.
But I mean, she's
so obvious. I know about makeup.
But
obviously she's fucking stunning. But yeah, I'm not sure if, and like, I feel like everyone is so apologetic to her. Whereas a part of me goes, at some point you do have, this is New York, okay? You've got to have a little bit of a thicker skin, haven't you?
I do think that her crying and being totally emotional over the stuff, I felt like she was making up why she was angry.
Yeah.
When someone else said something that was like, and she was like, oh, wait, no, now I can spin it to be about that. Like, I don't think she had the actual follow through as to why she was so upset, other than she's just a highly strung and emotional model, and that's what they do. And I think once she was given the tidbits by Andy and then by everyone else to like why she should be angry, and then she was like, yeah, that's it. That's why I'm upset.
But she came in like, I'm angry here. And then it was like, this isn't actually the place in the narrative where this conversation happens, is it? Like,
Yeah.
Like, we're not at this bit yet. We'll get there. He kept saying we'll get there. Andy looked like a child. They are so tall, those women.
I know, so tall.
Everyone towered over him.
Who else had a good moment?
Uber admitting that she hits every man she's ever been with.
Oh yeah, she fucks him up.
I'm like, I'm not sure that we'd let other people say that.
But I think it depends on what the man's done.
Every man ever.
Every man could cheat on her. We don't know.
But at some point, that's her radar. Then that's the problem, isn't it? That's
yeah.
not those boys.
I'm still landing a slap. I'm sorry. My radar's broken or not. You put your dick in someone else. I'm allowed a slap.
I thought Sai did well talking about her mum.
Yeah.
And like that sort of horrible heartbreak. All of that. I thought that like, because I'm not sure if I really like Sai, but I thought that's really fucking awful. And it was really heartbreaking when she was saying like, I think there's something like, I feel like it's my fault and there's more I could have done. I thought that's such horrible guilt that you can't get away from.
No, it's not. And
even though the sensible, logical boss, you know, mother of the family, part of her knows that there was nothing she could have done, it doesn't, that voice in the back of your head doesn't go away.
No, I mean, if you like, let's look at it from like this angle. If you do something stupid, so like for example, you're working at home on your laptop on your kitchen table and you have a glass of water next to you, and you say to yourself, I should move that because I'm going to knock it over.
Yeah.
And then 30 seconds later, you knock it over. For at least a period of 24 hours, you are beating yourself up about being so stupid as to knocking over a glass of water. So it's completely natural to have this gut-wrenching reaction to something
that you
so
cannot turn around.
Absolutely. Like, it's, your mind is so bizarre.
Yeah.
Like everything else you can just like chalk down to bad experience or a mistake or whatever, but like things that you felt like you should have been able to control, even though logically you know that you can't.
And those hard decisions, though,
they destroy you.
They do. And that thing of going, but actually what you perceive as the other alternative doesn't exist. The alternative where this time she went into rehab and it was fine, that doesn't exist.
No.
You're not actually going to have got to a point where your husband was prepared to throw his mother-in-law who'd come to live with him out, and you were prepared to agree. If it was at that stage, it wasn't going to get better.
Yeah.
Like, and your brain knew that, which is why you went with that course of action.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking horrible. I thought it was lovely when was it Bryn or Uber said to all of them, like, your children are a testament to all of you.
Yeah.
Because all those kids do look great.
Yeah, they do, absolutely.
Apart from the idea that Jessel's kids don't like fucking mess.
Well, that's just bullshit. Someone had pointed out on X or Twitter, whatever we're calling it now, that Gertie's husband and Sai's husband were like twins. And I kind of was just like, no, they're just both white guys that like black women. Like, it's not like, let's not stereotype here. And then Miami premiered and I'm like, holy fuck, they're the same person.
Oh, see, I don't know if I agree. I think because I've never really been that much of a fan of Russell. And yet I think sort of sad and brooding, he looked fantastic.
I quite liked him when his like nonchalant approach to stuff was like, okay, fine, we'll just do this. Or, okay, fine. And I'm like, that's the kind of person, because I'm very much the Gertie in my relationship. Like, I freak out and like I launched to 10,000 and my husband's looking there going, they changed the toilet roll cover. Relax. Like, you know, and I've like burnt the house down. I've set fire to Aldi. It's like a whole thing. He's just looking at me like, the paper used to be pink, now it's blue. Relax. Like, calm the fuck down. So it was very sexy for me to be so like calmly like, it's fine, we'll handle it, it's fine.
I think it's good. I think it's really good to know that when the shit hits the fan, someone is going to go, okay.
Put
These
a pin
are
in
the
me and just like
priorities.
deflate me real quick. Just let me like simmer.
Also, it means that like, because we're skipping ahead, aren't we? But Gertie's dealing with this horrible, terrifying unraveling of not knowing what is going to happen.
Yeah.
Which we can like be jovial about now because we've seen she's like rung a bell. She's cancer free. She's in remission, so that's all brilliant. But it's sort of good that she had the space to unravel and to know that there's someone there being the solid person going, yeah, I'll pick this up. Whichever crazy you come out of this, I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll figure it out. I'll have the car. It's all right. You do this until that doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
You need that in a partner. So yeah, but Andy's really proud of them all.
They've done really well. Their first season was hard. Yeah. They were giving me fourth season energy in terms of they found that each character, I suppose.
Yeah.
Was solid. They knew the job that they were doing. They were each given a role and they fulfilled that role. Jessa was the wild card. Bryn was like the young ditzy one that's gonna like stir up the whole show. Erin was the messy one. Sai was the slightly aggressive, moody one. Jenna Lyons was just icon status. And Uber was giving us that like beauty and fashion. Like she was the one that brought that level. And there was more to Uber than that. I don't want to discredit her.
But I think like, we need that sort of high-end unattainability, don't you? And part of that is Jenna, but part of that like current high-end, like they're not like us, is a bit why we want it, isn't it? We don't want to really see people who look like us.
No, but that's not why we watch Housewives.
Exactly. And we want to
watch Housewives to see rich, beautiful people go through shit that makes me feel better about my own life.
I think there was a couple of really fun illustrations into, again, why Andy Cohen is so single. When Bryn was talking about her engagements and she was saying how all her proposals came after they'd already broken up, and he was like, that's really romantic though. And I was like, no, that's what's fucking wrong with you. That's not romantic. That's insane. Don't marry someone who you've broken up with.
Well, and also as well, it's like she tried to like be quite obvious with, I shouldn't be with anyone who thinks that they need me after they've got rid of me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, he was like, but I find that romantic. Well, no, that's why, honey, like you say,
that's why you end up on your own.
Yeah.
Because you've bought into this fucking Twilight idea of romance.
Where it's raining in New York City and someone stops your elevator from going up the
you're
stairs.
On the PK Pretty Woman revival when all she wants is someone to fucking do the dishes.
Should we talk about Beverly Hills then?
Let's talk about Beverly Hills. So we've got 2 episodes of Beverly Hills. We haven't spoken since Beverly Hills has started.
So let's just mash it all together and just talk about people. Yeah. Let's just focus on the individual and not the...
Let's talk about PK.
PK, I love PK.
Has PK aged a decade since we've seen him?
I don't know, but I think he's looking better with age.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, I don't find him attractive.
I don't think the zip-up cardigan is the answer.
No, but there's something about him. There's like a swagger or something about him at the minute.
His nonchalance.
I think he has a side piece.
I think he just knows that they're done. And this is just an advert.
Can we ask the world to answer this question for me? Which jeweler will give this woman who has been robbed twice access to $5 million worth of diamonds? Can someone answer that for me? Because I'm feeling like that's not a great business decision.
I mean, at this point, it is cheaper for the insurance company to send Dorit a bodyguard.
Well, I just think, look, but your insurance company would surely take a look at the name that you're lending the jewelry to and be like, absolutely fucking not.
Hard no. Those pieces of jewelry come with men stood next to them, though.
Well,
as if there wasn't enough awkward people in that fucking room. Who was it who was singing who sings Take My Breath Away?
I thought it was Shania Twain or Dolly Parton, but there were some weird women on the stage. I didn't know who they were.
It was Berlin.
Who's that?
That's a pop duet that did that song. I don't think they did anything else.
Did they write the song and someone else sing it?
No, they sing. It's always been Berlin has done Take My Breath Away.
See, I would have sworn it was Shania Twain or Dolly Parton.
I mean, it probably is Dolly Parton written it because she's written 75% of pop songs.
That bitch is rich.
Yeah, she wrote. What are the 2 songs she wrote in the same day?
I know, but she wrote "I Will Always Love You."
It's either like "I Will Always Love You" and Jolene, or like Jolene and 9 to 5. She wrote in the same day. Like, that is more productivity than most people achieve in a lifetime.
Have you heard Miley Cyrus sing Jolene in her backyard sessions?
Oh,
where it's
no,
a
but I
cappella
bet
with
it's
a guitar.
good.
When I say I looked at Miley Cyrus different after that. Like, I was like, okay.
She's her godmother, isn't she?
Yeah, this isn't a Disney bitch. She's in the music industry. Like, this is a different, like, the Goosebumps.
Oh, yeah, I think so. So, Dorit.
So she's pissed at Erica.
She is pissed at Erica. That's not a showman.
That's big. Okay, can we talk about that Emmy winning performance with that at the head? Oh my God. It was fantastic. The facial expressions, it was brilliant. It was fantastic.
I just look at that.
She practiced that in the mirror.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In front of Mo.
Oh, gonna sip my wine.
The problem I have is looking at that testimonial outfit and just being like, Coco is glad she's dead. Like,
oh shit,
that's not what Chanel is gonna look like.
It's not. Chanel's supposed to be the upper East Side,
understated. Take one thing off.
Oof. The pink, like the nice cut jacket.
So she's pissed at Erica, but they have a little sit on someone's lawn this week and make up.
I think that's a park.
Is it?
I think it's a park.
Oh, I didn't. It looks so awkward. It's so unsuitable for either of those women. I was like, why are we doing this? Did you like that Miu Miu black puffer jacket?
Mate.
Yes.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, I want that. And
yeah, I was like, she'll want that.
Yeah. And then I was like, it's Miu Miu. Fuck, can't afford that. So H&M apparently have one in that looks nice on the model. So I'm going to go into the shop.
Okay.
And see, it's only 55 quid. So
worth a shot in it. Worth a punt.
I mean, it's not. I'm not going to like it. Let's be clear. I want a £700 puffer jacket.
The thing is, if you find something in H&M that you like, you should buy 2.
I agree. I agree.
As what is Bryn's grandma called? Mimi, as Mimi says.
Yeah.
Buy them all. Yeah, Dorit's been robbed twice. Who takes 10 grand in cash to go shopping?
Okay, I have a theory.
Yeah? Her credit card's been cut up?
No, I don't think her credit card's been cut up. I think it's more to do with her money. So, say she did an endorsement deal for, I don't know, diarrhea tea, right? Mm-hmm. And then they pay her the endorsement deal, but it goes into her bank account. So she's at the bank like 1 minute past midnight to take it out before the funds will get taken away by the IRS, the overdraft, the credit cards, all the rest of it. So she's like waiting, or else her kids aren't going to have Christmas presents. That is my theory.
But then she got robbed.
But how do you not know that you have? How do you not know your bag is not in your car until after you get to the checkout? How long was that missing?
It sounds very suspicious.
Again, if you were a jewellery company,
in a car, why are you like a trolley?
Yeah, trolleys. Yeah,
you got 10 grand in a supermarket. What are you buying?
No, in Smith's Toy Superstores, you get a trolley.
Oh yeah, okay.
She could have been in one of them big box stores because she was probably driving down the street in a fucking Rolls Royce, and some dudes at the traffic lights turn around and I'm like, what the fuck is she doing around this area where it's just like, you know, like the big box stores.
They're so fucking splashy, aren't they? It's
when you go to like a retail outlet or whatever, and they're probably like, what's she doing here? She probably did a 360 turn, followed her ass, followed her into some Toys R Us or whatever it is.
I thought, we'll nick this handbag. That'd be brilliant.
It's just like this. It's Christmas, literally
Christmas. So, what did you think of the Pretty Woman date deception? What do you think about the anxiety?
So
Do you agree with PK?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because
I just don't understand the really annoying bits.
no, for me, I'd be super shocked if my husband surprised me with a Nando's. Let's be clear. Like, I don't expect anything elaborate. I don't expect anything big. But I also feel like in those situations, I'd be super awkward because I feel like I'd get wind or I'd get super bloated and I need to shit. And there's like the pressure of having to put out. There's like all of these like layers of it that would wind me up. But also, I probably would be like, I don't need all of this. I just need you to be present at home, helping with the kids. So I understand Dorit's perspective, but I felt really bad for PK. Like, I felt like he thought he was doing
a nice thing, and he had it all did fit. She did get the glam team. It was all there.
But I think the problem is she's changed.
Yeah.
Since the robberies and since everything else, she's become a bit more humble and a bit more, I don't need all this elaborate stuff. I just need my family. I just need etc. Whereas he's not got the memo.
Yeah. He's not really ready for the settle down though, is he?
No.
So I think it's not really going to happen. Do you think they're going to make it? Because have they filed for divorce? Where are we at?
No, I don't think they have.
Okay, there's just been really awkward.
There's a lot of pictures of them like going out at the minute, so they're trying to like save face online, right?
But there's a lot of him being about in London, isn't there?
That's because he's making money
and spending money.
He has to work. Like, I'm assuming he's in London because he's working.
Because he owes everybody a lot of money, doesn't he? He owes the IRS like shit
IRS
ton,
millions. Yeah. Like,
oh dear. What did you think about because obviously we did some hilling. What did you think about everybody being so upset that Eagle Woman was called Eagle Woman?
I'm trying to find the right word. Like, it's racism.
It's racism. I sort of think we're in a post-name world, aren't we? I think I meet enough people with non-traditional names that it doesn't matter what the fuck you told me your name was. I don't think I'd be like, what?
Well, I just think the way Garcelle reacted to it was like,
PK
if someone
heard,
yeah, but like Garcelle, especially as a person of color, having an issue with someone's government name not being a traditional white
Christian
person's name or like an American's name. And I was just like, Garcelle, I expected better.
Yeah.
Because you've got people who are African that don't have, I don't know, traditional American names, and people would look at you sideways.
They're not called one of the 120 names in the King James Bible, are they? There's no fucking Garcelle.
Sutton.
Yeah, it's like, you're being real pricks here. This is terrible.
Absolutely. But I found PK's approach to it not as offensive,
because he's skeptical of the concept that they're going to get together. He's like, they are beyond reconciliation. There is no power on this plane or any other.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, there's God, and then there's spirits, and then there's stuff we can't control, and that's these women. These women are going to bitch about each other.
Exactly. And I just felt like his approach was a little bit different, but maybe I'm being racist in that sense, because I was like, oh, he's just an old white man. What does he know?
We're holding Garcelle to a higher standard.
Exactly, because she's a black female. Maybe that's what I was doing. True. Oh, shit.
Some self-realization there, aren't there? Oof.
Good Lord. I'm going to have to go and douse myself in holy water. Yeah.
What do you think about, so Erica's super skinny because she's on hormones. Yep, that's good. But then, so let's just leave that huge gaping obviousness where it is. When she goes to therapy and she like pretends that she's a fucking robot and she has to have basic human emotions explained to her, I'm like, come on.
I actually
you believe her that she doesn't know what empathy is and she doesn't know how you empathize.
Yeah, 1000%.
Lord.
1000%. And you know, I stand Erica. Okay.
Yes, no, me too.
I she's done horrific things. I think she's had deplorable behavior, but there's something about that bitch that's real, and I stan it, and I'm sorry. But I think that's one of the reasons why I stan her, because I generally think she's devoid of normal human reactions and emotions to situations. I do. I think everything,
empathy.
but I feel like everything that she does has like, she's playing chess. I think she was the biggest chess player. I know they tried to blame Lisa Vanderpump, but I think it was her. And I think everything that she does, she's always trying to work out how she can get out of this and how this can happen. And I think it's because she doesn't understand that people are people.
I think it's that she doesn't understand that that there are people who are not solely out for themselves.
Yeah.
Because she is so solo laser focus.
Yeah.
On her. And like that's when we saw the real world. She was like, I don't give a fuck about anyone else. And that's really, really true. She's like, I fucking like loads of people would think, I could make up some fucking excuse about my kid's car getting rolled 7 times, but I don't really believe in karma, but that's still a bit close to the line. I won't say that. Where she's like, yeah, fuck it, so what?
Oh.
And the same with like, oh right, so he's gonna die and I'm gonna have to think about it again.
Yeah.
They were like, well, yes, Tom Girardi.
How was my face last time I cried? Was it pretty?
Then like totally fucking juxtaposed with like Garcelle's picnic with her kids. That was fucking brutal.
Monica's mum needs to take note of how you hear the issue, if you receive the issue, respond to the issue.
Yes, 1,000 times.
I have a lot to say about Monica's mum.
Yes, I'm sure.
But
do you feel vindicated in that the whole world has gone, yes, that woman is a nightmare?
The shit I got off people for speaking up against the mum, also like 2 weeks ago.
And now she's showing.
And now there are still some
lunatic.
Her Twitter. Have you been following? Oh, you don't go. You're not on Twitter. No. I have been following this woman on Twitter, and the stuff that she says is insane. I understand. I've said, we're jumping ahead now, but I'll just say this part. Like, I've understood that there are always 3 sides to this situation. Monica's feelings on what went down, and the mum's reasoning as to why she did things, and then what actually transpired.
The actual perception of what's happened,
So I get it. And I think Monica's in the wrong sometimes, and I think her mum's in the wrong most of the time. But when you sit in front of your child and tell your child you don't care about how they feel in that moment, regardless of what you think you've done or how things went down or whatever, when your child is telling you they feel a certain type of way and your first response is, I don't give a fuck.
It's not okay.
Even if you had done nothing wrong in the instance, if your child had made up all of the stories that she had just said, you have completely negated that fact by showing the world who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you could have turned around and taken it and just sat there all humble, swallowed your shit, been kicked in the face by a donkey, done all of that, and then come out afterwards and said, none of this was true, but I wasn't about to embarrass my child on TV, and we would have listened.
Even if you just leave, if you've just gone, I don't think this is going anywhere.
The moment that Monica sat down and that bitch was crying, I was like, this is it, we're done. I'm out. Anyway, so one of the main things I've got from the Garcelle situation was the fact that her son felt comfortable to say those things to her in face to face privately, but on TV.
And he said, I'm not intending to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. I recognize that it is hurting you, but that's not my intention. I'm just all of it. I was like, the fact that all of this is a conversation is testament to the fact that he has been raised very, very well.
Absolutely.
But it's a fucking dagger. They know how
I wouldn't
have
wanted to hear that from you.
No.
If my child had just said that to me, you telling me that I've raised him correctly isn't helping me. No.
And yeah, it's horrible, and I don't know what the answer is. It's what we talk about all the time, isn't it? Like, you work as a mum and you feel like shit for it.
Mm-hmm. And the dad's the one that broke up the family in the first place, but I bet he doesn't take any heat for it.
Well, oh God, I've no idea. And also then, like, this
But do
weekend he
the
was like,
boys
oh,
know?
he wants to go and live with his dad. But it's like, but that's all, like, that's always going to be the alternative, isn't it? Like, if you've got two homes, whenever
Oh,
you're
I
not
ran away
happy
from
at
one to the other all the time.
yeah, exactly. And one's always going to be the fun one, and that's the place that you shouldn't fucking live.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I felt for her. I mean, I feel for anyone who's got fucking 16-year-old twins. That just sounds like a nightmare.
But it's not only that as well, it's hard because even though she's raising them in a privileged lifestyle and they are lighter skinned, so they don't get the stigma.
But that's only when they're through the lens of being her sons.
They're still black men when they walk down the
Yeah.
street. Yeah, it's true. Like between
And they
that
look
and
like men.
and you've got Oliver and the stresses that she goes through for that. It's something that our husband, even though our husband has black children, and I'm sure he's well versed in the situation, he was married to Garcelle for years and whatever, I still don't know if he would fully understand that pain that she goes through every day, sending out her children into the world, knowing what it's like as a black person in America, worldwide, globally, whatever. Like, I don't know if he would still fully understand that pain. So she's probably harsher. She's probably shorter. She probably snaps more because she spent the past 25 minutes imagining you being shot dead in your car by a police officer because she saw something on the news.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, oh, it just pained me. I just thought she's been so vulnerable. Like, I would never in 1,000 years let that scene get played. But like, I'm not seeing having the world show my kids say I'm a shit mother. Like, that's too embarrassing that happened. I don't want to watch it.
I don't have to watch it.
But also, on a lighter note, I fucking love that the other one's just sitting there being like,
I want my girlfriend.
Usually, as the 15-year-old being like, I need to get back to fucking my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I am the problem. And in this situation, no one gives a fuck what I'm doing. I have won.
So when I come home next week and tell you that my 15-year-old girlfriend is pregnant, it's all good.
The thing is,
yeah,
Aiden's having an emotional breakdown about your parenting style.
Meanwhile, this one's running up in the other one bareback, and it's fine. Oh, yeah, beautiful moment. Beautiful moment. Sutton.
She bought a horse. How is she only just buying a horse? Really? I feel she's let us down by only getting a horse now.
Question. The horse was in Switzerland.
Amsterdam, wasn't it?
Who gives a fuck? How did they get it to America?
On a mode of transport. There were horses on the boat I took to France, but it's a significantly less big journey.
But am I the only one who's asking this? Do they horse tranquilizer it?
No,
and then put it on a boat?
Because they don't tranquilize them.
Why?
Because they're likely to hurt themselves, aren't they? Horses, they're really fucking stupid. Has the horse come to America?
Well, how else is she riding it?
Is she riding it?
I don't know.
She can just go there.
We have so many questions.
I like the fact that she fell in love with it through its eyes through the internet.
I don't care what anyone says. Sutton Strack is a fucking class A housewife. That bitch delivers constantly.
They were looking at there's been excerpts of her divorce settlement going around Instagram. It is a thing to behold.
Her husband did well, and she's done so well.
I also love the idea of this, like, I'm my own independent person. I mean, obviously I'm taking all of his money, but I don't want to be beholden to him in any way other than, of course, his money. But I have nothing to do with him, and I am showing him that I am winning on my own with my successful shop that I bought with his money.
No, it's different. She's self-made now that she used his money to build her businesses. It's not the same.
Not the same.
She's proving to her kids that you can be successful with
All
the
you
backing
need.
of a rich man. But good for
Yeah.
her, though. It sounds as though, like, when they delve into it a little bit more, when she's speaking to Garcelle and it's like he took the power, stopped her from working.
Yeah.
And
it's not just about money.
No, and when you're young and you're in love, why wouldn't you?
And
If
I
your
can only
husband's
imagine.
rich, why wouldn't you?
But also, it's what you know and who you know. And I imagine Garcelle didn't grow up with any women like us, did she?
No.
Like, there was pretty much one track. And it's just how well you win at that track. And she won at it.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a lot of other options, was there? Like, you can marry a poor man. But that's still like, these are pretty much your options, isn't it? It's basically who you marry.
Yeah. That's what happens in the South, innit?
And in, like, I guess probably all, like, high society.
Yeah. I don't know.
No.
I just feel like if I gave you your kids and I gave up my independence, I gave up my power.
Oh, yeah. I fully think she should have his money.
I raised your family. Then I'm entitled to whatever the fuck I get.
Yeah. And she was smart enough to get it, which fucking Lisa in Miami ain't getting none.
No, she's not secured that bag, has she? Neither is
Not
Ashley Darby.
at all.
No.
So yeah, no, I'm not laughing at Sutton. Why not? Just don't pretend you're like fully independent.
This is it. Don't give it, like, if you give all your money to charity or you start OnlyFans like Larsa and you buy your apartment from your
like
OnlyFans
Bezos' ex-wife who keeps like giving out money to people fucked over by Amazon. Great, love her. It's well funny.
I love Bezos' wife. I like Bill Gates' wife, ex-wife too. Yeah.
Yeah, so Sutton's going to try dating again because she's never secured a second date.
Because she's getting calluses from swiping.
She's always telling people about her foot itches and she's so intelligent. She's more intelligent than most people. She's more cerebral. Like, okay.
Love Sutton so much. I'm fully enjoying her house manager.
Oh,
Harvey?
yeah. What? Yeah. Harvey, he is fun. He's a great choice.
He's fantastic. I love him so much.
So we can have tea and water. No. Good. But also, she needs that. She's such a fritterer. She needs someone to just go, no.
She keeps saying that she doesn't want a man who's in control because she's in control. And I'm like, really? Are you though?
Not at all.
No.
She needs some rich fucking equivalent of Mr. Gurdy. What's his name?
Russell.
She needs someone calm like Russell. She needs someone to be like, I do a real job. I'm not fucking fannying around with what teacups it is. Just tell me when you're ready.
I'll meet you here at Tuesday at 7.
There's plenty of fucking horses here. We don't need to go to Europe to buy a horse. But don't you go to like Arabia if you want to buy like a horse?
He only gets 300 grand a month. And the way that bitch spends, I don't feel like she's getting any change out of that. What is her savings plan?
No, she has loads of other things. She's got stakes in some sports team. She owns, there's multiple houses. That's just her literal spends. That's her literal like lunch money.
That's all right for some, innit? I'm upset now.
I like it when she tells Garcelle, she's like, teenage boys are assholes. I was like, that is helpful in this situation. We all know it's true.
And they smell.
Yeah. Okay, who have we not spoken about? Who else? Oh God, Crystal's there. She doesn't do fucking anything.
Oh, fuck Crystal. Fuck her brother and his wife.
I'm so young. I'm so young. She fucked up her brother and his wife.
Well, she did fuck him over, didn't they? Didn't she?
Yeah, that's her fault. She is the nightmare here. She is the real Danielle, New Jersey.
I don't really understand what happened though, if I'm honest. So they were getting married during COVID, but then they didn't get married, so then they divorced.
Didn't get married, and she like made him come back to the States and not see her.
Because she had a Chinese passport?
Well, so she couldn't come because she's Chinese.
I'm pretty sure Rob Minkoff, one of the biggest directors of all time, could have got that bitch a passport.
I don't know. Maybe not in COVID. Like, China was shut.
Yeah, maybe. Thank you.
You tipping the staff?
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like
there's more to this story, obviously, but I do feel like Kristen was like, Also, right, and how would we know? But is he really a big fucking pop star?
Do you know who K-pop groups are?
I don't know, I know like two. But yeah, I'm sure there are. I just think like pop stars in China are gonna be 14, aren't they? That is a 40-year-old man.
He's the same height as a 14-year-old. Can I say that? Is that bad?
I think it's bad.
All right, but I'm still gonna say it. Fuck it.
There's
something about him that's cute, though. I would,
Okay, good for you.
I feel like I could teach him something.
Oh no, I feel he has no interest in learning.
Oh, a bit like Crystal.
Yeah,
but bitch is hard-headed.
I can't be asked. I'm so young. I'm so
you're 40, bitch. You're older than me.
You're older than me, bitch. Calm down. Yeah, exactly. It's just.
Why do we think
that's your whole personality is that you're younger than people? That's all you're bringing.
Why do you think something freaks out at Magic Mike? Because that looks like a good time.
It looks fucking great.
I want someone to simulate cunnilingus on me on stage whilst I'm wearing PVC trousers. Okay.
Yeah, I think Sutton's a big giant prude. Do you think it's just that? Is there more?
Well, apparently, according to the interwebs, there is a morality clause or something in her prenup or her divorce settlement where she can't be embarrassing towards her and her kids, etc., etc. And if she behaves that way, then she doesn't get her money. But I don't think that's it. I think it's more her high and mighty tone. Like she thinks she's better than everybody else.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, she got so wet watching that she had to leave because she was leaving a puddle. I genuinely believe that's what it was. She didn't realise.
She was just mind blown because
she didn't realise that's what like sex or a sexual situation would be. And she's just like, oh my God. You know, like, how would you
She spent her whole life being like, lie back and think of
it hurts, it's dry. Who knew it could get wet? Like fucking fire sparks when she has sex. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll believe that. I'll go with that theory.
All right, cool. That's what we're sticking with.
And then really it's just Kyle we haven't touched on then, isn't it? I know, I completely agree with what you said. That scene when he keeps being like, no, love Bean, it's enough tattoos, and people really hate that scene because people don't like men telling them what to do, and I agree with that.
But I was highlighted to the fact that might be a Jewish thing because the tattoos with the Jewish community to do with the concentration camps, and then you're not allowed to be buried in like a Jewish sheriff's what's the place called?
Cemetery.
There we go. If
you're also not allowed to marry a divorcee, but here we go.
Okay. I was trying to look out for Mo. I don't know. I'm just
he's not a good Jewish man. He's not obeying the Torah accurately.
No, he's not, but hello Catholicism. Hello,
yeah, exactly.
Everything
I just think
else.
It's all. Oh my God, we have to talk about how Erica has found Jesus. Jesus has told her not to row with people for Lent.
Oh God, yeah, for 3 days. No, for Lent.
For Lent, but she only has to really do it for 3 days. I like the idea that you'd be like, no, Jesus, like God has really found me. Oh, red phantoms. Like, oh, just like Jesus wanted in Lent. Lent's about giving things up and hardship. I hadn't thought of the tattoos and the concentration camp angle, so I can understand that. Yes, I can see how Mo didn't want his parents to.
But the mum seems to give zero fucks. Isn't this the same woman that had a facelift on TV?
I think it's because the mum is going, I think you guys are getting divorced. Like, I give a shit about an ankle tattoo at this stage. I'd quite like to know what's going on.
but this is the thing for me as well. Like, I watched the whole scene wondering how much of it was staged, because you know how we all know in the Bravo universe that the producers push them to bring up certain topics in gatherings, and they, you know, encourage them to say certain things and whatever. But I was thinking to myself, the producers wouldn't have been able to say to the mum, bring up the potential of Mo and Kyle's divorce. Like, I don't feel like someone, like your mother-in-law, like in general, I just can't imagine someone.
Mother-in-laws who like their daughter-in-laws.
Yeah. Seen on national television. Like, I felt like that was a real thing. Like, that was a real conversation, which was like jarring. But also, I'm thoroughly enjoying her. Every time he speaks or opens his mouth, I see her literally smack him in the face with like a hard, dense object.
She cannot be fucked with it, can she?
No, she can't stand him. And I can understand that. There was, like, Mo, I loved Mo. I still love Mo. I think he's great.
I'd love to go to a party with him.
But
not want to be married to him. But what's changed then? What's changed? Because he's always fucked around. This plays into the Dorit theory.
I think enough has happened to Kyle over the years, the last couple of years, where she's realised that life is precious.
Oh, okay.
And things are
Okay.
And things are important, and dealing with her husband's bullshit isn't something that's high up on her bingo card.
Maybe. I find Kyle quite annoying in her want to be baby. It's a trait that I really dislike in people.
But that's what her whole family is.
I know. So
they're all like that.
I want to be looked after.
Except for Kathy. Kathy doesn't want to be looked after.
No, Kathy just...
That's HBIC there.
Alone.
She is head bitch in charge.
She just doesn't want anyone to talk back to her, and I do think that is a very understandable place to be in.
She's earned her place.
Yeah. I just tell people things, don't reply.
She's been sleeping with the same man that she is not attracted to sexually for decades. Because
that's why she's like friends with Sutton, though, isn't she? They're in the same category of woman.
Richness, yeah. And she's done that so the rest of her family can eat. And I think that's why Kathy is so angry when they respond or they fight back or they do whatever. They're like, without me,
they come with another bowl to fill.
Without me laying on my back for all of these years, producing all of these heirs to the Hilton throne and doing all the rest of it with a man I don't even really fucking like, you wouldn't have anything that you have now.
Do you think something happens when you fuck men that you don't like for a very long time that makes your hair like that?
No, I think...
You think they've bred in that hair?
I don't think she has hair. I think she's pulled it all out. And I think her eyelashes she's pulled out. And I think she's
that kind of like weak, fake blonde white lady hair that you know has hairspray in that they all look like.
Yeah, that you can see through.
Yeah. If they stand next to a light, it's like they've got a halo.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that any of this is true. Maybe she loves her husband, who knows?
Yeah, sure, maybe they're really happy. Great for them.
Yeah, fantastic, but I don't think they are.
Maybe they're happy, but they're definitely not.
No. But I'm enjoying watching the Kyle and Maurizio thing play out, because the venom that she has towards him, I feel every 28 days for approximately 5 days for my husband. I feel it. The way she looks at him, I felt it. I felt it with my whole chest.
I very rarely feel like this about my husband, but when he turned up back at the house...
I don't understand your marriage. You're far too happy. Fuck off.
Yeah, but last week at 12:10, when he came back from being sent out with the boy to buy him a fucking Halloween costume, and he comes back without a Halloween costume and the information that I have to make the Halloween costume for the 2:30 Halloween party with not a fucking thing for me to make it with, I was like, you can fuck off. I'm like, yes.
Did you tell him that though?
Yes.
Oh. All right.
And he was in a whole mood with me. Listeners. He was like, what am I supposed to do? You can make costumes. I'm like, no, I'll fucking can't discuss the fact that Dorit is a brunette. I give no shits. That's not... She's barely a brunette.
Like, it makes every outfit she wears look cheap.
So cheap.
How is that possible? I thought blondes made things look cheap.
No.
But Dorit's managed it as a brunette.
Yeah, she's really coming through. It's because
like
it's
those
glassy.
glasses that she was wearing before.
Oh my
the
God,
Pretty
when they
Woman
were
thing.
Yeah. Oh, when her and Erica went to the park and they both had their glasses on, being like, I really want to reconnect with you. It's like, so neither of you could see each other's eyes.
Yeah.
Don't think that helps, does it?
No.
I also like that suite in Vegas is bigger than both of our houses.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Incredible. Do you have monogram pillows?
I don't. They're not even monogram. That's your full fucking name. Also, Sutton. Another reason Sutton's great. She sent the staff away to hang her clothes up. She has learned. She knows how to be a rich person.
But Diana Jenkins was doing that.
Yeah. And
people had a lot to say about it.
Whereas Sutton's seen that with Diana Jenkins and gone, that's an excellent point. I should do that.
I'm pretty sure Sutton earns more money than Diana.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know. I think she's got money in countries I haven't heard of.
But I heard Diana just got like a 300 million payout.
Oh.
Whereas Sutton has an ongoing
monthly subscription.
Whereas I feel
to
like
wealth.
Diana probably has like invested and done stuff really well. But like her interest, I don't know how much her interest is, but
it's gonna be more now, isn't it? Rates going up and up.
What
a time to be rich.
I don't think it works that way. All right, cool. Anything else about Beverly Hills? Salt Lake. So we only had the one episode, right? Because it wasn't on last week.
Yeah, I was on holiday, so they didn't do one.
So this episode, let me just recap it in my head. What do we have? We have the dinner with Monica and her mum.
We have Mary and Whitney and the encompassing Bobby's birthday. And we have the mission reveal.
The mission, is that it? Is that all we have?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh no, they go cross-country skiing.
And then they have a little like kiki in a car park.
Yeah, and Meredith's head is all the way to the left. All the way. And
she has got a full twist on.
And it's 1000% a near fatal car accident.
Oh my God, yeah. And Whitney should have known. Whitney should have jumped out of her car and pulled the car out of the snow and ripped the door off as if it was her own child. What the fuck, man? If you found it in the snow, I'm not getting involved.
Bravo production gives zero fucks.
Well, she is fine and there is nothing wrong with her and there was no damage to the car. It's snow. Like, it's not great, is it? But nobody was hurt. We saw you go on the fucking runny things like the next day in the snow. If you were triggered by snow or hurt, you wouldn't do either of those things. I didn't realise how strongly I felt about this.
Yeah. That was a lot.
It was, wasn't it? Oh, I actually don't really think I care, but no, I clearly do.
Oh, Lord.
Right, so we start with Whitney and they're planning Bobby's birthday and Justin's not there.
No.
Because they can't even communicate accurately. They can't communicate accurately about a calendar.
No.
And he says, I can reach out like she's at 12 o'clock.
But he's supposed to see a therapist, right?
I can pitch in. Oh, gee, thanks. That's great.
Yeah.
Do feel free to pitch in.
I know, but I feel like that's just everyone's, well, that's my marriage anyway. We have whole conversations about dates and times, and then he'll come at me and say, this is in the diary at this time. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, I can't make that. I was like, right. So the 2-hour conversation we had last week about dates and times and diaries was completely a waste of my time. But sure, you crack on.
It's amazing, isn't it, how we really believe. Whereas, like, my husband won't have anything else planned because he doesn't do anything else. But he will have no idea.
Yeah.
Every time. And I'm like, we've spoken about this literally like infinitum.
Yeah. But no.
Okay.
Meredith's accident.
We even got into that. We were still at the beginning. So we've talked about Justin and Whitney and Bobby. So now is it so we have some pre-mission reveal stuff when we find out that John was a missionary. And he's still got like missionary diaries and photos, and then we find out that's how he met Lisa. And he his diary entries when he was like, "I'm praying to God to like baptize a family of 4 this week." I was like, "Oh, it's so creepy."
Yeah, and I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah,
it's so weird.
It's really bizarre.
And then they go cross country skiing. But they go on snowmobiles. That looks fun.
Oh, just Monica and...
Oh, yeah, just Monica and Heather go on a snowmobile. And they talk about how they got mum issues.
Yeah.
But then they go cross-country skiing and Whitney does all sorts of, like, snow sport shade, which I couldn't understand. Like, are you under the impression that looks cool? At any point, it all just looks fucking horrible, like you're going to break your knees off. And then they have their like sit down.
Yeah.
And they talk about
we do. Yeah. So we talk about the accident and then
and the accident. They talk about how Utah's famous for Ted Bundy.
Oh, I didn't know that until that point.
Oh yeah. I just thought it still feels a bit soon.
It does a bit, yeah. You're not wrong.
And then, they have the incredible awkward conversation of like, you left me to die in a snow drift, whatever it's called.
And then Monica's like, well, my mom took my car.
Yeah, because they're like, ooh, you got a new, whatever it is.
Range Rover.
And she's like, yeah, because my mum took my car back. But it is her car. Why has she done that? Why is it in her mum's name?
Because she doesn't have credit, because she was married to a man and she doesn't have a credit rating.
Oh, okay. But her mum has enough of a credit score. Her mum looks like
the kind of she was a single parent. She's got credit coming all over the place.
She just looks like she would have bad credit. She just doesn't look like the kind of person who would pay her bills.
Well, she does if the daughters.
If Monica pays them, yeah, that's true. That's true.
So yeah, the last 10 years of her being married to her husband, I guarantee Monica's husband paid for the mum.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we talk about how everyone's got a shit relationship with their mum.
Yeah, Whitney just drops a bomb that she didn't speak to her mum for 13 years. Did we know that?
I don't think so. We know that she kind of was sort of disavowed, wasn't she, when she married Justin? Because she got divorced, didn't she?
And she also had an affair.
Yeah, and so I guess that makes sense, doesn't it? She hadn't explicitly told us, but it's probably implied if you know anything about Mormons.
Fair.
We just didn't, because we don't live in a world where being divorced makes you a terrible, sinful person who should be excommunicated.
And she took her dad's side as well, didn't she?
Did take, stretch, yeah.
And I wonder if the mom knew about the abuse. Like, I still want to know where I know it's a morbid thing to want to know, but I still want to know where the abuse happened, which side of the family, who knew, what the situation was.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? You kind of do want to know.
I do want to know.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't want to know because it's none of my goddamn business.
And completely. And yet, but also she made it into an interesting point, didn't she? So then it's kind of unfinished.
Yeah.
But it's like the people slow down to look at a car crash on the motorway, isn't it? People can't not go. Ooh. So then we go to lunch with Mary and Whitney, and it is perfection.
I mean, from the snowstorm,
which clearly Whitney's fault,
to the waitress spilling the food, to
we should. Whitney. Has anybody checked in on that waitress? Is she okay?
No, she's probably dead. She's probably dead.
I think so.
Zing.
Whitney's face. She's just like, ugh.
Just first of all, you have to give Whitney a round of applause for orchestrating this whole situation with Mary. Like her healing journey.
Yeah.
When she says it keeps coming back to certain things, and Mary's one of the points that it keeps coming up to, so I have to hit the nail on the head. I mean, that's 10 out of 10 therapy, right?
See, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say, what does Mary represent to you, Whitney? Because you're just trying to solve the Mary of it. But actually, I think that's an organised religion trigger.
Okay, fine.
Because you must know you're not going to get to sensible with Mary. Come now. What are you going to have? You're going to sit down. Mary's going to go, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm so upset with you. Probably because you've got a stupid little kid voice. And I don't like blonde bimbos.
And you can't pronounce the EA sound. Meredith,
Anyway,
did you see you didn't see Meredith's tweet, did you?
No.
When she's like, something, but I haven't been on my healing journey for 4 years. And I was like, Meredith Marks won the internet today. She won.
So Mary says that Whitney has severed. Mary doesn't know what the concept of the lunch is. She thinks she's going to go and Whitney's going to say sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were rude to me. So she doesn't, and then she's like, "You've severed our future."
But none of. Let me start again. Whitney is aware of what she's done, and she's apologizing for it. But Mary doesn't understand that she triggered a lot.
She has said a lot of horrible things to Whitney,
but she hasn't, though, has she? According to Mary.
No, but equally,
the gospel according to Mary, she's done nothing wrong.
Whereas the reality is that Whitney, while saying something really rude, has not said anything false about Mary.
Dare you? But it is
true, I think it's unrecoverable. I don't think they can be friends. Like, I don't think you can be like, you are a terrible financial predator, at the least a terrible financial predator, but I think we could be friends.
I feel like if Mary was in Atlanta, she would be this false prophet. You know that caused a drama with Drew?
Yeah.
And Faith, no. Toya?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, she's a false prophet, Mary, isn't she? Like, she's not giving what she should be given. No. If that makes sense.
No, she's taken all the collection plate.
But I thoroughly enjoyed it. She bagged up her food.
Great. The waiting to bag up the food was fantastic.
Can you do it for me, though?
Yeah.
Because she didn't ask them to bag up the food. She said, can I have a box? So they bought her a box.
They've already poured food on her.
I think that's what the issue was. I don't think it has anything to do with what Whitney said.
No, it had nothing to do with what Whitney said. She was like a subservient person, dropped food on me, and they it was that.
If it hadn't been, if that hadn't happened, I reckon the whole conversation with her
would have gone completely differently.
1000%.
So then we go to the mission reveal party. And Lisa wants to make a big event out of it, and he only wants charcuterie and liquid death.
What's liquid death?
It's water in a can.
With drugs or alcohol?
No, I don't know. Well, they can't have that, can they? I don't know if it's flavored or if it's like is it like an energy drink? I don't know. It's like but that probably you ask 16-year-olds here or 12-year-olds here, and they're gonna want Prime. I think it's like that, isn't it?
Fucking disappointed.
These are fucking kids who are gonna go on missions in a country where you can't drink till you're 21.
Not in
charcuterie
Colombia.
Is probably fucking risque there.
No, in Colombia you can drink before you're 21. In Colombia,
no, but this is in Utah. In the mission, in the religious kids bit.
Listen, if I'm raising my children in a cult-like constitution, and at their ripe old age of 17, 18, 16, if I don't find them waist deep in a pile of Class A drugs and dicks and vagina at some point, like, what are they doing? Have more otherworldliness about you. Have more like excitement.
But the irony though of like Christianity, like Jesus rebelled. He had his big kicking off in the church. It's in the Bible, and he's fucking turning tables over and drinking, and
someone's fucking a prostitute somewhere in the Bible.
Prostitutes everywhere. Though I think that's just a kind of potentially just the patriarchy being like, this woman had an opinion, so was it a prostitute?
Fair
Like, I think Mary Magdalene probably maybe was a prostitute, but I don't think every woman is a prostitute.
Well, Mary wasn't. She was a virgin.
There's Mother Mary, and there's Martha who gets away with it, and then everyone else seems to pretty much be a prostitute.
Well, fuck them hoes.
So they have, it's all like Elder Barlow, and he's got the Elder Barlow cake, and I found that so creepy.
He's 5. Why are we calling him an elder?
But is it
with
like
his frosted tips like he's in fucking 911?
Oh, no.
It looks like PJ and Duncan. What are we doing here?
I was thinking it was more of an NSYNC vibe, but yeah.
Let's not give him that much kudos. Like,
okay.
NSYNC back in the day were a vibe. Okay. We're looking at PJ Duncan status.
Yeah, it's not a great look. But Lisa is just having an absolute freak out, isn't she, about all of it? Which is entirely fair. If my kid was going to go to fucking Bogota for 2 years and he didn't know shit about the world, I'd be freaking out.
Especially when your mum is making incredibly problematic statements, like every person that goes to Colombia is held by knife point.
I think she said gunpoint.
Sure.
But yeah.
This is airing and he's still there.
Yes.
So carry on.
But I liked her, like, I'm a control freak. Like, I'm not a control freak, but I'm a control freak. I'm not a control freak, but like, then some terrible, awkward, materialistic bullshit statement again, like, when I order a G-Wagon, I was like, what? Sorry, what? What are you trying to tell me? That you're rich? I think you were trying to tell me that you're not a control freak.
But also, so I think the G-Wagon with the red seats is so tacky.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making.
So tacky. Oh.
So yeah, he makes a nice little speech. And then she goes, overall, it's thrilling. I'm like, it's not though, is it? It's fucking awful.
We love Colombia.
Your kid is going to go and annoy the shit out of people in Colombia and like get, I don't know, hepatitis. Like, they don't strike me as people who fully inoculate their children.
He's getting hepatitis because he's going to see a real woman for a second. A woman without all the extra 1,000 layers of makeup, without all the hair extensions, without all of the other stuff, a real tits, real ass, real actual beauty that doesn't take a £2,500 fucking glam squad to fix. And he's going to be like, dear Lord, and he is going to be putting his penis in every fucking thing. And
no, I don't even know that he is, because he's like living in a world where fucking women are in sewn-in underwear. I mean,
but have you seen the women in Colombia?
Oh yeah, I mean,
he's gonna die of a heart attack.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wake-up call. But
good for him. A
good percentage of those kids must come back off those missions, or surely they'd stop it. Or do they not? They must need. I think this though, in a religion where you can have multiple wives, you must need to get rid of some of the young men, or else the numbers don't add up.
Yeah, fair.
Because you can't be single and you can't have multiple husbands. So you're going to have to cull out the herd, right? So maybe just send them to places where they're even get well excited about life or shot. And it evens the playing field. The numbers add up. The math is mathing.
The math is mathing, yes. Yeah.
So let's see. Then we go to dinner with Monica's mum. And I thought Monica does really well in this scene, doesn't she? Because she realizes her previous error, that she needs to sit back and let her mum show what a fuck up she is.
Also, at the same time, I feel like she clocked on and played a game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Behind closed doors in their house, that would have been a fucking screaming match.
But I also feel like the mum was set up to fail in that example.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like, it was mean.
I'm not defending the mum whatsoever. But I just feel like, for some reason, her crying before Monica sat down was some kind of weird play by production or by someone to get Monica to look like the bad guy.
She looks like the tough cop, doesn't she?
And it backfired.
I don't know. I didn't read it as backfired. I thought, maybe, I don't know.
No, fuck anyone who defends Monica. I don't care. Like I said earlier, there's two sides to every story. There's reasons behind what they did. There's understandings behind what they did. There's feelings involved. There's all the rest of it. But she is still the mother at the end of the day. And it doesn't matter what you feel, how you feel, what's being portrayed, what's not being portrayed. You need to take a step back and say, this is how my child is feeling.
Yeah.
And take the L. Even if you feel like it's because she's doing it because she wants to be a star on reality TV, she wants to do whatever. Take the fucking L and move on.
I just think you can't have it both ways, can you? You can't be like, I don't want to do this and I'm not involved. And you can't be like, you have to respect me as your mother and then be a fucking hot mess. It's like, if you want the respect, if you want to be the respectable elder, stand up and show me that person.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Like, I wouldn't fucking talk to my mum like that, and I wouldn't put my mum in that situation. But equally, she would never act like that. And
she wouldn't come at me on Twitter the way that Monica's mum is coming at her.
No. She'd never in 1,000 years comment on how I parent negatively to the world.
No. My mum would tell me to my face all fucking day. But not if there was a camera there.
No. And it's so obvious, the plays, isn't it? Like the fake crying. And then she's like doing the, let me tell you a story. And then she wants the sympathy. And then you've got to respect me. And she's just, you can see, like, this is just the playbook that she has done time after time.
Theory. Will Bravo give her Monica's mum a snowflake or make her a friend of for someone else, and we have the Gorga versus the Judice scenario now for the next 13 plus fucking seasons?
Yeah, that would work really well, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
It would work really well. Because the eldest kid is on the cusp of being filmable.
Yeah. And I am morbidly curious of Monica's mum's life outside of the thing. Like, I want to see her get down with people in the backs of cars while her kids are watching. I want to see her do all this sort of, like, I'm morbidly curious. I am.
When she was like, you're not going to talk to me like I'm a weak ass bitch, I was like, oh. But also, really? Why not? Where is your strength?
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't care. What is your... Choose a position here, lady. She's like ricocheting.
I can't. Like, I'm petty and I'm prideful and I have that Jamaican hard-headed arrogance. That's not my fault. It's just in my genetics. But I feel like with my kids, I couldn't do that. Like, regardless of where I was, it just how they spoke to me, I feel like I would back down. And she's not backing down, and she's trying to push buttons, isn't she? Like that thing of like, oh, you change your name every week. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything to us, but I can see that you think it's a real Barb. But also, none of the names that they said were any of the names that we know Monica by.
Yeah, no. So there clearly is some names, but people have lives, things happen. We know she's probably going to, she has a dad, he has a name, she has a mum, she has a name, she has an ex-husband. There's 3 names right now in there.
Yeah, that you could use quite easily.
But she's probably in fucking witness protection from Jen Shah.
Yeah, probably.
Do you scrape all that tan off and take that wig off? She don't look anything like that. She's not Portuguese.
No, what is it? Lisa Barlow says she didn't look anything like it. She had blonde hair.
Yeah. But so, and like you've said, multiple sides, but the concept that you were in the boot of the car, that there's any version of a story where you're in the boot of a car and your mum is making out with someone, it's just not all right.
No.
But yeah, I think there's been some questionable parenting choices in Monica's life. And I think it's interesting, like we said, Monica's got like the initial steps in like solving everything, hasn't she? Like she can see that her mum is a hurt person and hurt people. But she's not far enough down or far enough away from it, which is impossible to be because her mum is right there in her life.
Yeah.
That she can actually move away from it and forgive her.
But
or acknowledge that is the person that she is and that there's nothing that she can do about it.
No, but she acknowledged it in the sense that she exposed her mum's dirty secrets when she was like, this is how your mum treated you.
Your mum didn't want you.
Her mum didn't. I'm assuming Monica's mum didn't want that on national television, or else the grandmother wouldn't have been in the show.
Yeah.
I don't think Monica putting that out there was fair.
It's not helping. I don't think it's helping.
It's tit for tat isn't going to get anywhere.
No.
They both have to swallow their pride. They both have to swallow their ego and let it go.
But then I think there's a real like American twist of it, isn't it? She's like, what am I supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? It's unfixable. Okay, we need therapy. And I just thought, what is that going to do? That is just a fucking money pit. Just leave. Just stop.
Therapy helps people when they're willing to understand their faults.
Yeah, not if you just want to get in a room and shout at each other.
They're never going to understand their faults.
Sometimes I just think maybe you don't need. Loads of people don't live next door and see their family every day, and actually that's probably better. Sometimes you don't need to be in people's pockets. A bit of distance doesn't do anyone any harm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's true.
That's Salt Lake.
That is Centre Salt Lake.
We still got to talk about Miami.
Oh dear Lord.
Oh. Ooh, and Centre Miami.
So the fashions.
Oh, they are here.
And the backdrops.
It's amazing, isn't it? There's fucking boats, the sea, the sky.
There's leopard print.
There's everything.
And there's goat shitting in kitchens. How much do you reckon I freaked out at that? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think my freak out level was? The goat shitting in the kitchen?
I felt like I could feel an energy into the room, and I thought, yeah, that's her.
You have no idea what I went through for that.
I don't think, and I don't know, I'm not a vet, but I don't think a dog nappy will fit a goat. I think they've got different body types.
Well, it's like every
fundamentally.
Not every sanitary towel is going to fit the same woman. Like you have to wear different shapes.
Yeah, I think they are like fundamentally completely different shaped creatures. A goat is an outside animal.
I mean, it's Martina though. I don't give a fuck. And she can say whatever she wants to say.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm like, I'm watching it.
Absolutely.
Oh, she's something else as a female, isn't she?
Yeah. So Alexia's starting off, isn't she? She's going to have the party.
The New Horizons party.
New Horizons party, which people can't translate from Spanish, even though those are the same words. What does that mean?
It's like Nuevo
Horizons. Like, come on, guys. I think we could make an educated stab, couldn't we? But before that, we got to see everyone's like reintroduction. So we see Larsa now permanently with Marcus, never not with Marcus.
And she's on a boat with Lisa and her new man who has a girl's name.
Man. And like, I do not fucking, like, I can't possibly imagine why anyone would have a boat, but that boat was insane.
That's not Larsa's boat though.
No, of course. But she's
acting like, I got you a boat. Next time you can go to Nicole's boat. But bitch, Nicole actually
Nicole owns her boat. She has the piece of paper that says that that's her boat. Like, that's her boat
outside
24 hours a day.
What do you do? Fuck you, Larsa.
At least
no part of me's fake. Have you seen your ass? Have you seen your lips?
Every fucking part of you. Get a fucking CAT scan. Get an MRI.
I love you,
organic
Larsa.
matter in there.
I think Larsa is a great housewife. I think she's fantastic.
Great housewife.
I love her. But you have to be self-aware, honey. Be self-aware.
The tits are a state, man. Everything that she puts them in.
They are a bit of a mess. A bit of a mess, yeah. Anyway.
Lisa's not divorced yet. She's with Jodie, who used to live in lives in Larsa's house, lives in
her book. block thing.
No, doesn't he live in the house that doesn't she lives in somebody's old house?
No, Jodie is not a she, he's a he.
No, Jodie lives in somebody's house. Old house from when they were married.
Oh, Adriana's.
He lives in Adriana's old house. There we go. Yes. I knew there was a connection. Nicole's bought a new house, like a big old plantation house.
Yes.
And they're gonna rip it. And that thing where they're pretending they're gonna do some stone cladding in that kitchen, like they're gonna save $3,000.
They might.
No.
No? Okay.
I think they will not.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, we're gonna have so they're gonna spend all that money. They're spending all this money in the house. They're doing the house. This is the reason they don't have to get married. This was another word on the street. They're having a second baby.
They are. Yes, they are. Well done.
Yes. So they're not getting married.
It doesn't matter.
No, absolutely. But that's not in the current project we're managing.
Like, real talk question. He's some super rich, slightly dodgy lawyer, business guy who is just clearly has a good eye for business, right? Makes loads of money doing whatever. She's an anesthetologist. One of the best looking women I think I've ever seen. Like, her body is fucking flawless. Her face is flawless. She's smart. She can have it. You could bring that bitch anywhere and she's going to fit in, right? Then you meet her mom and dad. If you don't have a prenup, or if you never get married, but you have 2 kids with her, is she the type of person that you're going to fuck over?
Oh, no.
Probably not.
No, I would have thought not.
You're not going to come out of that well.
No, but but he's only got things to lose if he ever loses her, hasn't he?
No, 1,000%.
Like, he has peaked.
His life will end. Her dad will fucking kill him.
But he must be able to blag the fact. So if I was him and I was trying to drum up clients, which clearly he's not, because he's clearly very good at whatever he does, but I'd be like, oh, you want to see how good I am at arguing and convincing people of my opinion? This woman is my woman. This woman has agreed to be with me. Like, I'm not saying he's like ugly or stupid or anything, but like, he is punching above his weight.
1,000%.
And I'd be like, yeah, cool. I'm not going to prison with you defending me, am I? You can convince anybody of anything.
Yeah.
So Gertie turns up at the house. And that's when we see the foreshadowing, don't we, of finding out that she's got cancer.
She's got cancer because she's speaking to her as a doctor, yeah.
Yeah. And then we see the go and we find out that Martina's beaten throat cancer, beaten breast cancer, and Julia's looking after her and she's cooking for her. And it seems lovely, even though in the like foreshadowing of next week we get that it's not quite as good as we hoped, which is really horrible.
Also, so if she's lost a shit ton of weight, right? Why are you making her chicken soup?
Yes,
make her chicken rice and mashed potato.
Oh, I was thinking that, like, why doesn't it got some cream or some butter or something?
Yeah,
like
give
green
her something.
But maybe it's, I don't know how throat cancer.
But you're also supposed to eat. Well, you're not putting like non-natural shit in your body, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But I don't know. Do you have to? I don't know. Chemo's an absolute fucker, isn't it? So maybe it's just what you fancy, what you can keep down. Because she's probably never had indulgent, rich food. She probably had like healthy, clean food her whole life.
Yeah.
Professional sports person.
Fair.
And then Lisa goes to the deposition because she's contesting her prenup and she's going to lose.
Of course she is.
And that's sad.
It is sad because, again, she gave 15 years to this man.
And her face, like, she's unrecognisable from herself.
You know she's mixed race.
Oh, well, was. Now she's just plastic.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, she's... Yeah.
I don't know if I did know that, no.
But yeah, no. That bitch got black in her. Who saw that coming?
That's
her bum. Her bum actually gives it away a little bit.
And then Marisol and Kiki and Alexia go for lunch.
Okay, can we talk about how
the outfit
fully took a breath and got goosebumps when Kiki walked into the bar?
Just all of it. I love Marisol when she was like, I made an effort. I mean, I wake up in a turtleneck.
Yeah. I did like Marisol's titties.
It was great.
It was lovely. Yeah.
I thought they all looked fab. I realised I didn't care that Adriana wasn't there.
Alexia's self-reflection now is incredible.
It's self-reflective, but there's no growth. She's
no, I know, but
no change.
Do you think she's doing it because everyone was comparing her to Teresa, and she's like, I don't want to be seen as Teresa? So she's making an effort to say, oh no, I understand that I've made mistakes and I understand I've done stuff wrong, whereas Teresa would never admit any of that.
Maybe. Yeah, good business advice there, I suppose. I hadn't thought of that, but I'm not sure if I believe she's that self-reflective, but yeah.
I don't think she actually gives a fuck.
She's playing the game. She thinks this is what people need to see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Maybe she's a smart cookie.
I mean,
well, I think she knows she needs to keep this check coming because
Todd's not doing well.
Out.
9-minute apology. Let's talk about that.
Ooh. That is a long time.
What do you say for 9 minutes?
You have to be just on repetition, right? At that point, don't you?
Or cocaine.
There's just no way you could like filibuster for that amount of time.
That's a lot, right? To have like a
it whole. It is a lot.
You had to have had a natural stopping point before the 9 minutes, surely.
A pause, a moment of self-reflection, a minute's silence.
That you could just stop the video.
At what point did you not think in the edit? Like did you just not watch it back?
That was my other point. Did you do that live? Or did you?
It must have been, because how else would surely anything where you watch back you'd be like, this is too much. I should stop. I should go for a second. I should write down what I want to say and go for a second take.
It doesn't seem normal.
It doesn't seem right, and Anthony is so uncomfortable with it. Understandably.
So
Understandably. Imagine if somebody apologized to you in public for 9 minutes. You'd be like, I have to move.
Yeah.
And it's not like he mentioned, it's not like he didn't fucking slander him.
No, he just spoke about his, like, he didn't know how his law firm worked or
like
whatever it wasn't
terrible. People say worse things. Have we discussed what Anthony, do you think Anthony's in the mafia, in organised crime?
No.
But it would really fit, do you not think?
Oh yeah, but I don't think he has it in him. I don't.
But that's then
also at the same time, I feel like someone who can handle Nicole and Nicole's family, or fiery temporary as they are,
it's good to have a doctor on the books, is all I'm saying.
And has loads of money, then maybe he might be able to know some people that can get rid of some people.
Yeah. And like maybe he's not murdering anyone, he's just helping with some stuff moving about.
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's great, and he's probably, making sure rent control apartments are kept for people, but let's see. So they discuss how Cardi B says that Larsa's fake.
Because she said she had sex 4 times a night, and Cardi B says, absolutely no fucking way you had sex 4 times a night. And they all said,
it's not you've never had sex 4 times a night, it's that you've had sex 4 times a night consistently for 20 years.
Yeah.
And also, aren't professional sports people not supposed to have that much sex?
They're not supposed to have sex on game day, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how often they play basketball.
I do.
It's going to be at least once a week.
No, it's something like they'll play 2 games like
in a week, like a Tuesday and a Saturday.
No. Within like 48 hours, so they'll play 4 or 5 games in a week or something. Like it's insane.
Oh my
like,
God.
the basketball schedule's insane. When they're on season, it's huge. Like they'll travel around from state to state.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the impression she was like lashed in a bed on a tour bus, wasn't she?
Yeah, pretty much.
But maybe that's like psychology for like standard players. Like they were the kind of players that the rules didn't apply for, but I don't think they were fucking 4 times a night forever.
No. And it's like, he's not that good looking.
Do you think that's a big part of what attracted her to The Millionaire?
All right, cunt. No, but just like,
not ugly. I don't know. It's sexy
4 times a night though.
No.
Like if you were not sexually attracted to someone once, maybe twice at a push,
I think there is that
let
thing
off the crutches.
That being really good at something is really sexy.
What, basketball?
Well, yeah, I guess maybe. I don't know. It's just jumping, isn't it?
No, have you seen like Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson?
Basketball. It's too back and they need a bigger pitch, I reckon.
But all the stuff that they can do with they look like they literally fly. They stop time when they jump in the air. Like it's incredible to watch. Like
yeah, you forget where I work. I see people literally fly.
Okay,
that is defying gravity. But yeah, I do. But that's it. That's what I'm saying, isn't it? Like you're doing something like beyond normal human. That is really sexy.
Yeah, but I could still only fuck him like once, maybe twice per night.
Everyone needs a fucking day off, don't they?
For that. Like my vagina hurts.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be on my period.
He's gonna be a big lad, isn't he? They're not short, those boys.
No, but they're gonna be skinny, I reckon. There's no girth.
I still think you're gonna cervix is gonna be bruised at some point.
Yeah, fair. What else happens in Miami?
Then they have the party.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, then so Alexia invites Adriana to the party. She's come with a white flag.
And Alexia has no idea what she's doing.
No concept what she's doing. And Alexia has come as what? What is she fucking wearing? What is that?
Village people.
The village people with one sort of weird police officer and one weird hippie.
It was bizarre. The hat.
Everything that everybody was wearing in that, I was like, none of this makes the slightest bit of sense.
Oh, Adriana's outfit made sense because she had the peace signs.
It made sense. There was a theme, but it didn't. It made thematic sense. It did not make aesthetic sense. I was like, I understand what you're saying, but don't wear that.
There.
So then they have the party.
Yeah. And Todd doesn't show up.
And Marisol says she's not going to show up because Adriana's coming, but then she says, oh, Todd's not coming, so she will.
And then Alexia doesn't have her back when she needs it.
I would like to talk about Alexia's house, apartment, flat.
Why? It's the same apartment we've been seeing for 2 seasons.
But those cars that you can see out the window, where are those cars? She's way up high with a view. Are the cars up there? Are those real cars through a window? Or is that like...
Are people concerned at the fact that there is nothing in that house that makes it feel like it's mine?
No, not a damn thing.
Except for how amazing is... I miss Frankie so much.
Oh, Frankie.
You're sexy, mama. How much would you die if Frankie said that to you?
Oh my God, amazing.
That's like the compliment of a lifetime. Like no one could compliment me more than that.
Yeah. Out the mouths of babes.
Oh, fucking love Frankie so much.
But yeah, at no point during the New Horizons party does anyone take on having a new horizon.
No, none
it's
whatsoever.
Just same old shit straight away.
And they start arguing, and then the men just all leave one by one. I love that.
They're like, nah, I think I'm just going to go over here. But I don't understand where they go. I'm just like, is there a lift involved? I don't understand.
No, they just go out the back to the...
They go out to the balcony, which is up high, but then again, the other bit has the cars in. How does that work?
You know, there are other buildings at the same height around Miami.
Yes, but you don't have car. They look like they're adjacent to a garage.
But you could have a penthouse that you couldn't have a lift that goes all the way up to the top with a car in it.
can, but should you?
I agree 1000%, but we're not rich, so
it's just insane. Larsa comes in. Talisa's like, "Oh, we saw Becky at a party." Like, why are you telling her that? That's not friendly.
Nope.
Oh, he left. He didn't want to sit next to me. I'm like, I don't want to fucking sit next to you either. You're being a dick.
Yeah.
And then Larsa and Gertie shout at each other.
I think Gertie's like, when I call for you, you need to come.
Yeah.
That broke my heart.
It's horrible.
Every part of that broke my heart, because I feel like that's how I would handle the situation. Like, you don't want to start going telling people I found a lump until you actually know what's going on. And I just want to be able to know that my friends know if something big happens, I need you to be there for me. And I can understand why Gertie did that.
Okay, I'd like to interrupt this nice moment to say, since we started talking about Todd, it has now been 9 minutes. That's how long that apology was. I set a timer.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
I fucking love that so much.
That is how long that apology was.
We spoke about everybody in that 9 minutes. Dear Lord.
Yeah, it's awful. It's horrible for Gertie. It's so hideous. And Larsa's such twat. I really hope they all redeem themselves.
Oh. Yeah, it's a lot.
I like it when Nicole's bag gets set on fire a little bit.
Her $6,500 bag.
She's like rubbing it. I'm like, oh, it's bound to come off. They say that about fire. Rubs right off.
But they're the type of people, though, like those money, that they could take it back to the shop and they'll replace it.
Yeah.
Because they spend so much money in the shop, they don't care.
You've got to keep them happy. Yeah, exactly. It's really annoying. Whereas if we burn our deal bags, we're fucked.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Alexia sort of stands up and talks about how Todd's not there and nobody knows what she's trying to say. I'm like, what was the mission statement? What is the end game? Because everyone's like, the fuck is happening?
She's trying to save face, isn't she?
But she actually makes it worse.
1000% worse, yeah.
And then there's more rows and Marisol's involved and Julia's involved. Julia's really activated, like...
Super activated in her leopard print, yeah.
Like, you're the problem and you're like...
There's a lot to say.
Yeah. And Marisol's like, this is my best friend's house. I can come here any fucking time I want. I don't know what you're whinging about.
And then Marisol turns up, even though she doesn't want to turn out because she doesn't want to be in the same room as Adriana. But Alexia cries, so she turns up.
Mm-hmm.
And then when everyone else is turning on Marisol,
Alexia fully agrees with them.
Fuck all.
No.
And Marisol explicitly says to her, back
you have
me
to
up,
have my
bro.
back.
And she's like, I'm not getting involved. She goes take the men out to get a cigar.
Yeah. She's like, you want me there to be your backup and to support me. That is a fucking two-way street. And she just drops her.
Fucking rude and disrespectful.
Shitty.
Yeah.
Shitty.
But Miami's bringing it.
Oh yeah, it's all there. All the things I'm going to say.
Fucking
I would be happy if we see less cancer.
Oh, of course. Of course.
I don't need that. There's plenty going on. But then, I don't know, the kind of reality of that is maybe great.
So based on the fact that Miami is now a staple, Beverly Hills is going for its own white people drama. And then on Sunday, we have Potomac and Married to Medicine start. This is shaping up to be an incredible season.
Just think, this is a full-time job before Christmas. I'm not sure if anyone's going to get anything this year. We're going to have to get well organised.
There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on.
Yeah, because you know you're watching this new season of Married to Medicine.
Apparently so. What can you do? I can't fight the tide.
Well, I mean, it has Phaedra. It has all sorts of drama. Like, come on now. Oh, yes. I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Good. I'm glad. I feel like we should let each other go now. I feel like we've said a lot of words.
We've accomplished.
Well done, us.
Yeah, good job. All right, guys. rate, comment, subscribe, follow, send us messages, send us hate messages, send us whatever you want to talk about. We're here, we love you, and thanks again for listening. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Speak to you soon. Bye.